playing Christmas music.
And it's really nice because it actually does it around the back as well. So it's kind of like that sort of thing.
So if you are going outside, Thomas just gestured to a straitjacket.
Just saying, it's 30 degrees outside.
Anyway,
cold.
Obviously we're back on Scott and Hutch.
Yes,
and we've got plenty of new jingles for you to be listening to. We've got plenty of new interesting songs, news, and everything to talk about this evening. So please do stay tuned while we run you through, obviously, the news. This is our last Scott and Hutch show today. I'm Scott and he's
Hutch.
And welcome to Scott and Hutch. Oh, it's good to be back, isn't it, mate?
Oh, no, mate. Honestly, it's like... as I said beforehand, it does feel like an end of term feel, but it's... we're going to go up with a bang.
Wow, let's hope not a literal one after the absolute mare we've had in the studio today.
Yeah.
But that's not important now.
Exactly.
Right, anyway, I think probably the first thing that we should probably talk about, as per usual, is some news.
Yes.
So,
cue some news.
And you got some news for you?
Have you got some news? I've got some news.
I've got some news.
Go for it.
Maybe it's time to play that jingle.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Where's the jingle?
I don't know.
Cue the jingle, man.
On YouTube,
Facebook,
every Tuesday from 5 to 7.
Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson,
keeping you in the loop.
On Revive FM.
Okay, first thing we got to talk about is the national insurance increase.
Yes, it's going up. It's going up by 1.25%.
1.25%.
Yeah.
So after Boris Johnson said he would not be raising taxes.
Yeah, I know. But let's be honest with you. I mean, an MP that sort of keeps his promises,
it's a rare thing now.
Yeah, it's about as rare as rocking horse poop, isn't it? It's it's not going to happen, but it's to pay for reforms in the care sector and the NHS. I mean, I believe the NHS is going to get, is it an extra £5.4 billion in the next 6 months? That's to cut down the backlog of operations and things like that.
And it's also to pay for insurance as well.
Yeah. Now, I was trying to have a look at this during my lunch break. Because they're breaking it down, I believe, into certain categories. Is that right? So it's depending on your annual income, isn't it? So the bit that I caught was if you earn over £100,000 a year, you are expected to pay, is it no more than £86,000?
It'll be £1,000 extra on your national insurance bill.
Yeah. And that's
just quite a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, that's over the course of 12 months. But I mean, if you look at most people's national insurances, I mean, I can speak for mine. Mine comes to probably about £3 or £4 a week. So it's the price of a cup of coffee, really. But I mean, I think it's great that the NHS is getting is going to be getting the extra funding off the back of this. Was it the right time to do it? I don't know. Probably not, seeing as everyone is now having to pay more tax, obviously, to pay off the damage that's been done by the pandemic and the vaccine. Well, the damage by the vaccine program, the cost of the vaccine program.
Yeah.
So maybe this wasn't the right time to do it. But then again, is there ever a right time to put up taxes? I know that. Sir Couldn't Keir Less Starmer has said that the plan was a sticking plaster. The rise is going to start in the new financial year, so it'll be April 2022, and then a separate tax on earned income will come in from 2023. He's also said that it was, they now can't, the Tories now can't say that they are I can't remember the exact quote, but was it
party of low tax?
Yeah, party of low tax. That's it. Boris Johnson sort of rebutted by saying a global pandemic he said that obviously he had to break the manifesto pledge because a global pandemic was in no one's manifesto.
I still think it's a bit dodgy.
Yeah, I think just to blame
regardless of the fact
everything on the pandemic is going to be,
Well, also, I mean, Conservatives wanting tax increases.
I know.
But do you know what annoys me is, right? So they've raised 10 billion, but they've done it by raising taxes on middle incomes the most as a proportion.
Yeah,
and also other and basically this is a tax that directly concerns the poorest in our society. It's the most. It's a regressive tax, and yes, wealthy people do pay more in terms of the amount they're contributing, but realistically,
they earn more.
Yes, that's because they earn more. So it's progressive in that sense, but it's regressive in the fact that why on earth would you not raise taxable income on those who are more wealthy in society?
Yeah, or those that are sort of, again, even just I know we keep going back to it, but the companies, that are still paying tax or still avoiding tax, hit them. That's what you need, really, isn't it? It's kind of, we've still got companies like Amazon and Starbucks who are not registering in the UK, still dodging tax. I mean, that would fund a hole quite easily.
Yeah, no,
Wouldn't you agree
100%.
on that? So,
well, I mean,
why has it got to be us and us that has to sort of foot the bill? It's a little bit silly, really.
Well, I mean, listen, sorting out tax increases is obviously something which is not high on the list. Sorry, sorting out tax dodges must be high on HMRC's on to-do list. But realistically, I just don't see why raising national insurance contribution was the right thing to do when voters voted to not have the national insurance increase. In fact, for the first time in ages, they had the band lifted. So for national insurance contributions to, be increased, and after many voters, especially in the north, said, I'm voting for you because you said you're going to cut my national insurance contributions and give me extra money and lower my taxes.
Yeah.
It's incredibly immoral in a sense. But also, what happened to this idea of a wealth tax? The 1,000 richest people in Britain hold a combined wealth, I think, of something like £700 billion.
Yeah.
Why are we not taxing them? Why are we not doing the wealth tax of 1 to 3%, which supposedly would have raised 20 billion?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, really. I mean, my dad actually brought up quite an interesting point when we were away at Silverstone the weekend. I can't remember how we got onto it, but it was kind of with regards to tax and people trying to sort of get around it and things. So, like companies or the 1%, as we'll call them. Elvis Presley was quite an interesting one where he would never get messages from the IRS to say you owe X amount. He would actually ring them up and go, "Hi there, this is Elvis Presley. I just want to know how much do I have to pay." Never actually dodged it and actually used to kind of preempt it. And they go, "Right, you owe $1.4 million, for example," and he just pay it off when they ask him, they go, "Well, look, you're making X amount of money. Don't you want to keep the money?" He goes, "No," he said, "because this country has made me rich, made me famous, and given me everything I ever wanted." He said, it's the least I can do is to pay my country back for everything they've given me. So it's a shame that sort of like some of the 1%ers are kind of wanting to keep it for themselves, really. But there's also been another little thing. I mean, it's kind of what they give with what they give out with one, they take away in the other. I mean, there's also been the announcement that the pension triple lock has been suspended for a year.
Oh,
in April.
Now that will not be pleased for many Tory donors.
Yeah, so that's April 2022. Working pension. Can't speak today. It's a good thing it's my last show. Theresa Coffey has announced that from April 2022, it will rise by inflation next year to make the system, quote, more fair. A surge in wages would have qualified pensioners for an 8% hike in pensions if the...
They're only getting a 1.5, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so.
Very cheeky.
2.5. So...
it's totally cheeky, isn't it?
Yeah, it says the state pension must rise by the highest of average earnings, inflation, or 2.5% every year. They said this will be put on hold next year due to wage, I can never say this word, anomalies during the coronavirus pandemic. So basically because of furlough. That's the idea. So I suppose it's to balance it out. But now, does that mean, for the layman like me now, does that mean that when I come to claim my pension in 30, 40, 50, 60 years time, however long I've got left on this planet, does that mean that I'll be getting a little bit more in my pot, or is that the case?
Well, I mean, most likely, Tom, when me and you go and try to get our pension, it won't exist.
Yeah,
because they're going to try and get rid of pensions, probably. Yeah. But obviously, that's speculation for the 2060s, and it's not something we have to worry about now. But I have to stop you there.
Oh, sorry, sir.
I have to stop you there because during this our last episode of Scott and Hutch, while I'm in the hot seat, I've been preparing little things for you.
Oh, no.
Today, we obviously have to go through all our segments, and we also have a game at the end of this hour. Oh. But we also got one of my most favorite moments of Scott and Hutch, which I have to play back to us on the radio right now. Are you ready for this? This is by far my all-time most favorite moment of presenting with you on this show.
It's going to be scary if I can remember this as well, because my memory is terrible.
Let's just have a listen.
Go for it.
Set a record for most reused spacecraft.
Oh, really?
Despite the spacecraft looking like a rather large phallus, which is the correct way to say it.
It is.
No, it's quite an impressive feat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really trying desperately not to.
No jokes. Joking aside, I think it's a very impressive thing for space time.
Well, the only thing I would say is that.
Oh no.
No.
Careful. A total lack of trust in you. No, you're on thin ice.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm grown up.
Good.
But no, I'm just in
No, you're not.
Oh yes.
Because you remember you shrank in your chair just the tiniest bit.
Incredible shrinking man.
The chair shrunk. You're like, I'm a grown up.
I do remember that. Yeah, and the thing is, when you watch it back, he's gone. But the only thing I imagine is right. So they look.
Yeah.
When you watch it back on our live streams, which I might add, you can actually watch now on Facebook and YouTube by searching Revive FM UK. Did you know that? You can come and see our lovely faces for one final time. I don't know what happened. I think I was just adjusting myself to get a bit more comfortable because that chair does not like me. It will basically, it rocks backwards to the point. And if you watch every week on a live stream when YouTube or Facebook don't take it down, I nearly fall backwards every week without fail. It's, I'm telling you now, that's the sort of chair that Dr. Evil would have used. It's just missing fire coming out the back of it. You know?
Ooh, now that'd be a nice addition to the studio.
What, fire?
Fire-breathing chair. Exactly. Listen, okay, we're coming to the end of the first segment of Scott and Hutch today. It's very important that you do stay tuned. I've got plenty more surprises up my sleeve for me and Tom's last show today, for which he has no idea what's going to happen. So while Tom shakes in his chair and shakes in his boots, we're going to go to a little break and do some ads. But please do stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Through Minhaj Welfare Foundation, your giving saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water, emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world, supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects. Call us now, 0300 3030 777, or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Ahoy there, matey. So you want to be a pirate, do you? Well, guess what? You now can at Fairlock Country Park. Come and hire one of our fantastic new boats at the lake. Find us on the tube on the Central Line or drive down from East London. Fun for the whole family, har! You can row, pedal, or even try kayaking. We're open on weekends, all school holidays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come on down and set sail at Fairlock Country Park.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no-obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk. Alternatively, contact our sales team now on 07944 56 5616. That's 07944 56 5616.
इस सितंबर में अपने स्टूडेंट से दोबारा मिलकर मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। मेरा नाम मिस्टर इकबाल है और मैं एक स्कूल टीचर हूं। ऐसा लगता है जैसे ये टर्म हमारे लिए एक नया आगाज होगा। फिर से क्लब में जाना, खेल कूद और दोस्तों के साथ ब्रेक टाइम बच्चों की सेहत, उनकी भलाई और एजुकेशन के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है। सब बच्चों को चाहिए कि पहले की तरह दिन में कई बार अपने हाथ धोते रहें। टर्म शुरू होने पर सेकेंडरी और कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट को कोविड-19 के 2 रैपिड टेस्ट स्कूल या कॉलेज ही में कराने होंगे। फिर हर हफ्ते 2 बार अपने घर पर भी ये टेस्ट करने होंगे। वायरस पर कंट्रोल रखने के लिए हमें हर वो चीज़ करनी है जो हम कर सकते हैं। आइए हम सब मिलकर जिंदगी को और बेहतर बनाएं। ज़्यादा मालूमात यहाँ से लें gov.uk/back-to-school.
Taj Grill invites you to the world of Pakistani cuisine. With every dish prepared to perfection, why not try our sizzling mixed grill, our famous masala fish, or choose from our selection of freshly made curries and allow the Taj Grill experience to speak for itself. Visit us at 72 Ilford Lane or 508 Ilford High Road, or call 0208 262 6476. We also offer catering for all your events. Call us for more information.
Nikah, talaq, counseling on matrimonial disputes, Islamic wills, Islamic law of inheritance, or an Islamic verdict on any other issue. The Muslim Sharia Council is at your service. We provide official certification, and our experienced and highly qualified imams are available to provide you with guidance when needed. MQI London is based at 292 to 296 Romford Road, Forest Gate. We are open from Monday to Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. Or alternatively, call us now on 0208 257 1786.
On FM. On YouTube.
Facebook.
Under your bed.
In your closet.
And we're hiding in your fridge.
One last time. Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson bring you the news.
On Revive FM.
Revive FM
94.0. On the radio.
on your mobile.
And online. If you're feeling down, stop that frown. If you're feeling blue, time to put on your shoes. Don't feel so sad or kind of bad because it's random acts of kindness.
It's the last random acts of kindness.
It's the epic version.
Oh my goodness, it's so good, isn't it?
That was
I spent like 2 hours writing that.
That is brilliant.
I mean, it's musical theory is a bit shaky, but like, who cares? It's fine. Anyway, it's the last.
Look at him going all that with
It's
the
the last.
jingles.
I've been really hammering out this episode, man. I've really got this together, and we're at a shaky start, but we're bringing it back. Okay, right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
that's our tagline.
this
Shaky
is
start,
Scott
but we're
and
bringing it
Hutch
back.
on Revive FM. I'm Scott, and he's
Hutch.
and you're listening to Scott and Hutch.
Yeah.
And we're moving into the next segment of our show because it's my last hour in the hot seat, and then it will be Tom's last hour in the hot seat. And it's time for Random Acts of Kindness with an awesome trumpet fanfare at the start,
Yes, that
transitioning
was
to a very
good.
like anticlimactic, just little piano
That
thing.
was anticlimactic.
It was the most anticlimactic thing on the planet.
Epic.
Well, I mean, either way, the first bit was quite epic, but I thought it'd be more funny to just sort of transition to that last bit and not tell you. Anyway, random acts of kindness. Tom, do you have any random acts of kindness?
I actually do. I've
Ooh.
got Sarah from Dagenham got in touch on Instagram, which you can do. Well, let's be honest, if you want to get any more in before 7 p.m, because after that we are gone.
Yes, you can call in on 0333.
444.
That's 09.
40.
That's 0333.
That's 444.
That's 09.
And that's also a 40.
0333 444 0940. Do
Exactly.
call in. Call in today. It's our last show.
Yeah, do it.
My
Do it now.
goodness.
Yeah.
This
Or
is your last opportunity.
Exactly. After that, you'll only be able to hear Mr. Scott in podcast form and me, unless you're, at Tottenham or in a pub that I'm not going to name. Actually, I might do because it's the last
But that's
show.
you on a daily basis.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Anyway,
Yes,
you
so
said.
I've got Sarah in Dagenham who has said that I have told all my friends that it's Scott and Hutch's last show, and I'm going to make sure they all tune in to say goodbye. So
that's
thank
so
you
lovely.
very much for that. Thank you.
Well, I had my favorite Scott and Hutch moment was when you and Tom started talking about the impending NHS crisis, but then somehow ended up talking about Russian bears.
Yeah, I mean, that's
on a daily basis, to be honest. So,
because in Soviet Russia, NHS crisis is bears.
Yes.
Or bears is NHS crisis.
All doctors are Russian bears.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on.
That's why they would say you have to grin and bear it.
Ed, who's based in West London, said, not exactly saintly, but I put spare change in the charity box of the local corner shop.
Brilliant.
It's little things like that.
Exactly. It doesn't like, put it this way, you don't have to be sitting in a bathtub of baked beans. You don't have to be running 52 marathons in 52 days like Eddie Izzard does.
I can't do that.
I'll be honest with you, it's a marathon for me just going out of the estate that I live on. Like
that's you live far out, man.
I know. It's a trek. It's a trek.
It is a trek.
It's the sort of thing James Tiberius Kirk would call a Star Trek.
Aha!
Boldly going where no man has gone before. What, in space? No, up to the top of the estate. Right, have I got another one here? I've got I think this might be my cousin. I've got Peter in Botswana. Who has said, oh, yeah, it is my cousin, actually. He's got Botswana via Johannesburg, has basically said that he saw a pregnant woman by the side of the road who had broken down and offered her money to get to her appointment. So there you go. What did I say?
Lovely.
He's the better side of the family than my side.
Ah, right. What is it? I've got my uncle Christopher has written in and said he's a similar thing. He saw a woman broken out at the side of the road, got out, and it turns out her battery was just not charging. So he went and charged it up for her, and then she got back on her way to a garage.
This was the baby boom during lockdown, wasn't it? We're now starting to see the fruits of that labour.
Right. Okay.
Well, maybe not labour because that's about to come. So good luck. Good luck.
Exactly. Have you got any more?
I don't actually know. That was all of them this week. So that was the final matter of Max Kindness. But remember, you can also not just contact us on 0333 444 0940. You can also send us a message on our live streams on Revive FM UK on YouTube and Facebook, and we can read out your random acts of kindness. We can read out your comments. We can read out the fact that your mate Fergal kicks a swan every week. I mean,
yes, actually, that was my next one.
What?
Fergal kicked a swan.
Is it the same?
And then I actually got I got a message in from the Swan, and it says I kicked a Fergal.
Yes,
the Swan has come on
I just
in.
think, is it the same swan every week? Is what do you think?
I think probably. Maybe they've got maybe they're like neighbors or something. They're like, yeah. I think that's probably it.
As a swan just owns a 3-story house next door.
Yeah,
next
of
door to
course.
Fergal.
Nice of you to think. Nice of you to think that either of them live in a 3-story house.
Well, you know, I'm trying to be nice to Fergal. I mean, he's obviously got deep-seated issues of the avian variety if he goes out and kicks a swan every week.
Now a little shout out this week to my brother,
who
is on his way down to Southampton to pick up the keys to his new flat right now, and he'll be coming back tonight. Massive trek. Don't know why he's doing a 4-hour drive, but nonetheless, shout out to Michael, my brother, the other night because he took me and all his friends out to karaoke in Soho, which I know for a fact was probably quite expensive. So big creds to Michael there for taking all of us out. Absolutely love you, bro.
You went down to Soho for karaoke.
Yeah, no, literally. It was actually we had such a good night, and I drank too much, but that's all right.
I think apart from Tokyo, I do think Soho is the best place for karaoke. If I'm honest with you, it's such a cool vibe down there, and it's like, I mean, it's changed a lot from when I was younger, but it's still one of those places you just have to go for a proper night out. I used to work in Oxford Street and Tottenham Court Road, so we were always down sort of Soho on a Friday, Saturday night, especially come payday, and then the day after we'd sit there and go, oh, great. So next night out in 4 weeks' time, you know, when you look at your bank balance the next day. So, but it was definitely a good, you know, always a good night down there. But I'm glad you had a good time and everything.
Yeah, no, it was lovely, man.
Nice.
Right, okay, that concludes Random Acts of Kindness, which means...
Time for celebrity Prince Charles with a shoe, or slipped in a loo with Yoko Ono too. Whatever it is, we don't really care. We're here to talk to you.
I have more celebrity encounters.
Do you really? Is this up there with the time that you did a Slash Gordon and asked for a picture with
Brian Cox
in the toilet?
Yes. No, it isn't. But there's 2 celebrity encounters I heard this week.
Okay.
One was that when I was at the Royal Albert Hall, did I tell the Charles Dance one? I don't think I did.
You told me, but I don't know if you told it
chatting
on
with
air.
Charles Dance as you walked past the corridor, and I forgot. Didn't ask for a selfie because I don't think he was in that kind of mood. We were just like, "Oh, you're really cool. Like, can we just how are you? You all right tonight?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm." He's like, "Yes, I'm very cool." And as he was walking out, I was like, "Wow, he must be the coolest guy." And he looks back and goes, "Yes,
yes, I am."
Yeah.
I'd have still just gone. I think I said the same thing to you before, and I'd have still gone, "Mate, you were until you did Ali G in the house. You in a PVC skirt is just."
No, he's still no. That makes him even more cool, mate. Honestly, what is it? So another one is my friend Andre, who's in NYCGP, National Youth Choir, Great Britain, great friend of mine. He is he's really funny. He's just a funny guy, right? And he's been in Spain for the last wee while, or Portugal. Not 100% sure. Sorry about that, bro. He'll be really annoyed. No, he'll be really annoyed that I will not clear on that. But he met the mayor of a local town, and the mayor invited him to his house to have a party and play piano for him.
Nice.
So he met the mayor.
Did he also say to him, "Look, I've got a certain amount of money that needs to be exported, and for a couple of €100, I could, you could have a cut of this"?
No, he didn't say that. But he met the mayor.
Nice.
The mayor, Tom.
It's pretty cool.
I know, right? And so that concludes awkward celebrity encounters. So
let's cue the jingle one more time.
My transitions
On
are
YouTube.
flawless today.
Facebook.
Every Tuesday from 5 to 7.
Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson.
Keeping you in the loop.
On Revive FM.
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk. Alternatively, contact our sales team now on 07944 56 5616. That's 07944 56 5616.
Turkish Kitchen. The best Turkish food you'll ever taste. We only use the highest quality meat. Along with our mixed grill platters, we serve cold mezes, hot mezes, lahmacun, and a wide selection of fish options. To order for delivery or collection, call us now on 0208 507 8822. That's 0208 507 8822. Or visit us at 41 Ripple Road, Barking, IG11 7NT. We can also take group bookings and take care of all your party needs. The Turkish Kitchen, Barking.
Looking to get your finances in order? MR Accountants has you covered. We provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping, and payroll services. We ensure you're kept up to date with the latest legislation, and our client-focused approach helps us plan your business finances from savings to investments. We are MR Accountants. Visit our website at mraccountants.com or call us on 0203 432 9138.
Through Minhaj Welfare Foundation, your giving saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water, emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world, supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects.
Call us now, 0300 3030 777, or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
With over 40 years experience in the industry, Plachette Carpets is the place to go for all your carpets, laminates, linos, and wood flooring. We have an established network of suppliers, which means we can offer some of the best prices in town. We offer free estimates, free measurements, and now even free fitting. Call us now on 0208 472 8568 or visit us at 157 Plachette Road, Upton Park, London, E13 0QZ.
Waris Food Store, the place to go for all your meat and groceries. We stock thousands of items from fresh fruit and veg to all your favourite Ramadan food products. Based at 420 Hoe Street in Walthamstow, we can deliver anything you need right to your doorstep. Just give us a call on 0208 521 0000. Waris Food Stores is now also available on Uber Eats. Thinking of selling or letting your property? Need someone reliable to find the best prospect for your home? Well, look no further. Cameron Adams is here to take care of all your needs. Our professional and experienced team will guide you through the entire process and ensure you find the right client for your property. For a no-obligation quotation, contact us now on 0208 558 2000. That's 0208 558 2000. Or visit us at 30 Church Lane in Leytonstone. Cameron Adams, always at your service.
On FM.
On YouTube.
Facebook.
Under your bed.
In your closet.
And we're hiding in your fridge.
Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson bring you the news.
On
Revive FM
94.0. On the radio.
on your mobile.
And online.
Hello, hello, and welcome back. I'm Scott, and
Hutch.
and this is Scott and Hutch, and welcome to Scott and Hutch. You can call in on 0333.
444.
That's 09.
40.
That's 0333.
That's 444.
That's 09.
And that's also with a 40 at the end of it.
Lovely stuff. Okay, so we're coming into the last stretch of Scott and Hutch this evening. We've got a longer segment for you this evening. We've moved our ads about, and there's something I wanted to do just before I hand over the hot seat to when the lawyers get worried. Tom Hutchinson. But Tom, the lawyers are getting worried. Hutchinson. Okay. And there's a couple of segments I used to do, which I haven't done in blimmin' ages. We've covered all the other segments this afternoon. and this evening. And I mean, this next segment was actually one of my favorites. It was premiering music of young unheard artists. There's a great mate of mine, Sam Story, who was the first artist I premiered on live radio because I knew he was such a good composer. And he's done loads of cool stuff with like Guildhall and BBC Symphony Orchestra. He's honestly just a really up and coming composer. And he also did this great dubstep track. Like his style varies so much. So what I want to do now is play that song. It's called Falling by Tebeki, and he's a singer on it. So here we go, Sam.
Just took a step and walked behind my lines. Invaded every part of me, alright. Never lost my cool like this before you came around, and you got me now. You're taking my soul anywhere. Control is gone, but it don't feel unfair. I gotta hope that you're where you turn me around, twisted me up and down, and I feel so brand new. You got me falling into night. It's everything you and me. Take it to the sunrise. I wanna be free and see the light. Rock into the light. I'm giving you everything tonight. Falling for life. Yeah. You take me back to where I know the time don't matter, so let's roll slow. The feeling's quite a feeling, so you turn me around, twisted me up and down, and I feel so brand new. You got me falling into light. It's everything you and me. Take it to the sunrise. I wanna be free and see the light. Rock into the light. I'm giving you everything till I'm falling for life. You are on my side. It's everything you and me. Shine into the moonlight. I wanna be free and see the light. Take me on this ride. I'm giving you everything till I'm falling for life.
That's right. That is Falling by Tebeki, also known as Sam Story. What an awesome track, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really, really good
It
stuff.
sounds like, I'm saying it when we were off air, it sounds like we had to get down. Really good.
Honestly,
Lovely.
just so good.
Yeah.
Such good music. I really do miss doing that segment because I really enjoyed working and like talking with the artists as well and doing little interviews afterwards, because I think something that's very prevalent in nowadays music is it's so hard to get your music on radio. It's very hard to get your music on any sort of platform and get it heard by a large audience.
Yeah,
So that's why I did that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only person who's really done it who's not part of a big record company is someone like Jerry Cinnamon, who does it all independent, does it all himself.
Jerry Cinnamon is such a good artist
as
well.
Yeah,
He's so excellent.
I would love to play some of his songs on here. The only drawback is they're a little bit
irate.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's Scottish. I mean, he's supposed to be irate. That's the
Yeah,
point of
exactly.
it,
But I mean, aside from that, that was like a really like solid favorite segment of mine I used to do. I don't know why I stopped it, to be honest. I think it was just searching for talent. I think that was the difficult thing. Not that to say some people didn't have talent, but it was like some people just weren't that as interested as you thought. But, I think this is the part of the show where things can get a little bit emotional.
Uh-oh.
because I'd rather finish. Actually, no, hold on. Let's get emotional later. I've got a game for you.
Okay. Right.
My goodness. And it's the Florida game.
Not the Florida game.
Of course. What else would I want to do? So as you know, for the last 2 weeks, Tom has scored precisely 0 points because he's been subverted by me being sneaky. So
This is revenge. This is revenge for a magic trick, isn't it?
exactly. So, Tom, as per usual, let's explain the game to our listeners out there. So, Tom, the game is simple. I will give you 3 Florida Man headlines, i.e., Florida Man does X, Y, Z, or Florida Man fight, Florida Man got arrested, Florida Man got eaten by a bear, etc.
Shot.
Florida Man shot, etc. And your job is to guess the headline, which is fake.
Okay.
Sorry, your job is to guess the headline, which is real, right? So, for our listeners at home, in your car, on your mobile, on Facebook and YouTube, and maybe under your fridge, it's time for us to play the Florida game. There was no music.
Oh,
Sorry,
the jingle there.
Don't. Well, I mean, there's no. I didn't have time. Anyway, Florida Man. There we go. That's the jingle for today.
I think it was better without a jingle.
Florida Man. There we go. Okay, so anyway, the first headline. Are you ready, Tom?
I'm ready.
Right. Florida man fights frozen lake, loses all his teeth.
How is that even possible?
Well, Florida.
Florida man.
Florida
fights a frozen. First of all, a frozen lake in Florida. I
Yep.
mean, that must have been the day that hell finally froze over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so lost
Loses
all
all-
his teeth,
yep,
right?
yep.
Okay.
Next headline: Florida man arrested for holding for possession of drugs whilst wearing a T-shirt that says "I am holding drugs."
I mean, again, Florida man.
Florida man. All right. Next headline. You ready?
Okay.
Florida man walks into a casino and tries to steal all the money inside the casino, but is caught because he wasn't aware that an invisibility cloak he bought from a wizard wasn't real. Florida man.
Hallucinogenics are rife in Florida.
I think
aren't
drug use in general is quite rife in Florida.
they? It's funny because it's mainly just filled with old people.
Mm.
I go down there because it's a bit warmer. It's like, I don't know why.
Exactly.
I don't know why I say that for. Right. Okay. So we've got a man fights a frozen lake. We've got a man who thinks he's invisible, robs a casino, and what was the second one?
The second one was Florida man arrested for possession of drugs whilst
it.
wearing "I am a holding drugs"
I'm holding
T-shirt.
drugs. Right. Okay. Do you know what? I think they all sound a bit barbaric. I'm going to say that they're all true.
Ah, I've caught ya.
What? They're all fake.
Because Florida man. This week, there was only one headline which was real. No! And it was the man arrested for possession of drugs whilst wearing "I'm holding a drugs" T-shirt. Yeah.
I mean,
actually,
that's brazen.
Do you know what? I'm a bit suspicious though, because I feel like one of the headlines, like the man who walked into a casino and tried to steal all the casino's money and got caught because he thought the invisibility cloak he had was real, actually might have been true. I feel like I read somewhere like a bloke got caught doing a 7-Eleven and thought he couldn't be seen behind the cash registers.
You know what he's
because
done?
He's wearing an invisibility cloak.
He's watched Avengers Endgame where Drax is moving really slowly.
Or just
thinking
Harry
he's invisible.
Potter.
Yeah, that as well. I mean, like, I got to be honest. I thought it was when I heard that something about he robbed all the casino's money. I thought it was going to go, but got found out because it turns out that he was trying to buy something with poker chips, like casino chips. That's what I was thinking. But it's going to say like the Florida Man Casino or something like that. But I mean, Florida,
and that concludes Florida Man. That's our last Florida game this week.
And forever.
We hope you, well, maybe not forever, but we hope you listeners enjoyed a Florida Man at home, and you've loved hearing all of the wacky stories that come out of Florida.
And just think, no matter how bad your life is, no matter how bad you think things get, just be thankful that you are not a Floridian man.
Exactly.
Yeah, because things could always be worse. We're off the air in Florida.
If I ever go to Florida, I'm going to get I'm going to get mobbed or something.
He's just there go, do you know that time? Yeah, give him this for me. Just a shot in the face.
Yeah, no, I genuinely, I reckon we will. Because the thing is, the USA does background checks on people before you go. And if you're found doing something, they will have a pop at you.
I mean, in fairness, let's be honest, we're probably never going to get into the United States because the amount of times we cane Trump. I mean, over the last
Oh,
53
God.
weeks, we're definitely not getting it.
If there's a background check on us,
I'm
and
telling you
like
now,
Texas,
we're
not
yeah.
going to. It's not going to be good, is it?
Basically, there's going to be a list of like, the 10 most wanted. There's going to be like Osama bin Laden, and then there's going to be us two just underneath it, like sort of crimes against radio, like bad mouthing Donald Trump.
Oh my goodness, Tom, we're not. I'm actually no, but this is like really bad because we're actually not going to be allowed back in Florida, or the United States. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Do you think there's going to be a thing of like?
Surely you have to admit, like, we're just not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking along the lines of, like we have like Florida man. Do you think there's going to be like, on the news, 2 British men were arrested trying to get into Florida after being told that they can't come in for saying really nasty things?
That it would be us, though. That would be us, though, wouldn't it?
It would be. I mean, I just have this feeling it's going to be just like a mugshot. It's just going to be you standing looking at an intellectual, me just going, all right, give us your mugshot. Well, like this. Or like this.
No, but literally,
like
like Tom, I genuinely think, right, that me and you are not going to be allowed back in the States.
You really think?
I think so, don't you?
I don't know. Well, there's only one way to find out. I said we take the Scott and Hutch show off to America.
Scott and Hutch go abroad.
Yes.
If only we had Netflix behind us.
I know, or Amazon Prime. I mean, let's be honest, they do a show about farming. We could do a thing like, you join me in America. I mean, look at it. They're doing James May's doing Our Man in Americas. We could do, Scott and Hutch take New York or something like that. Or Scott and Hutch take Florida. That's got franchise written all over.
That does have franchise written.
The franchise players. You know what I'm saying? See, we're leaving Revive FM there. Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. Maybe not Disney Plus.
Okay.
Discovery Plus.
Well, we're entering the last 5 minutes of our show today.
We are.
I feel like it would only be fitting if I played some sad, sad music.
Oh, if it played at all.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, there's an ad, so like, I kind of didn't want to play the ad. Would it really be a last Scott and Hutch show without technical problems?
I mean, it's
Would it?
We're slicker than an oil slick that's going over.
We're like a bull in a china shop.
Oh yes.
Anyway. Well, Tom, me and you started this show 53 weeks ago. And boy, what a ride it has been.
I'm not going to cry.
No, we're not crying today. But what a ride it's been. Like, we've taken the mick out of each other. We've
taken the mick out of presidents.
We've taken the mick out of the prime minister.
We've taken the mick out of anyone basically with a pulse and a heartbeat.
We've taken the mick out of everyone.
We've taken the mick out of Florida.
Yeah. And we've done that consistently. And we've consistently been judges of the public opinion. And we've relayed people all sorts of information over the radio, literally hundreds of hours. I would say, I think it's close to 105 hours we've done.
Yeah,
I was doing counting, and it was close to 105 hours of broadcasting we've done together. And I just want to say, I couldn't have asked for a better co-host to come on the show and just be a part of like a very special journey for me.
Thank you, man.
Putting my foot in the broadcasting world. And I just couldn't have asked for anyone better. So
thank you, man. Honestly.
Everyone, round of applause for Tom Hutchinson.
Thank you so much.
And he's just a true gem in this world. I don't think there's anyone I've bounced off better than you. Like, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure.
I've loved it, mate. Honestly, I could not be more thankful to have you as a friend and a co-host. Like, genuinely, it's been a laugh. I've always wanted to do radio since I was a kid, and I've just got to be honest with you as well. And I think I said this before on last week's show. You've got such a gift for actually getting over things like politics, opinions, economics. I really hope that doesn't go to waste. So I'm hoping that, if you carry this on, I'm hoping that, if you're going to carry on with your podcast, go and listen to it. Go if he stays with Revive FM as well. I know you're talking about maybe doing a show on Revive FM. But honestly, mate, do not let that gift go to waste. Like, use it. Get into, whether it's LBC, get onto a bigger platform, because genuinely, mate, you deserve it. And I could see you being like a proper political broadcaster, a proper journalist as well. Genuinely. Stop it. No, I'm being serious, mate. Honestly, don't let it go to waste. That's all I would say.
But do you know what? There's one last thing I want to say, and it's that despite worrying me and the station's lawyers every time you come on the air, you always provide that little weekly boost for me. And I've come off my antidepressants recently, And I'm not going to lie, I think if I wasn't doing this show with you, it would have gone 1,000 times worse.
Oh, bless you, mate.
So thanks for just being there every week. Sometimes we have our little breaks, which I think are necessary, but thanks for being there consistently every week for the last year and a bit.
Oh, I love you,
and
man,
just
honestly.
love you, man. You're just
I'm
such
glad,
a good bro.
Oh, bless you, man.
Such a good bro.
And I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad that you feel like you can come off them now. And honestly, just because you're going down to Exeter, we've got cars, and I'll be down there whenever you want. And this is
exactly, man.
This is the end of the show, but it's not the end of us.
Exactly,
genuinely, mate. So
what a friendship.
Damn right.
What a friendship.
Just goes to show you that age knows no limits.
Exactly.
34 and 19, it doesn't
just
matter.
Works so well. It's great. Listen, me and Tom are going to go to a little break. We're going to go and have a little cry and probably a little hug. But do stay tuned, because Tom is going to worry me, and as per usual, the lawyers of the station, by coming over and sitting in this chair and doing his last hour on Scott and Hutch.
Yeah.
Do stay tuned.
Warris Food Store, the place to go for all your meat and groceries. We stock thousands of items from fresh fruit and veg to all your favourite Ramadan food products. Based at 420 Hoe Street in Walthamstow, we can deliver anything you need right to your doorstep. Just give us a call on 0208 521 0000. Warris Food Stores is now also available on Uber Eats.
मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन में आपका अतिया जिंदगी आपकी मदद से मुमकिन हुआ दुनिया भर में 30 लाख से ज्यादा खवातीन, बुजुर्गों और बच्चों तक साफ पानी की फ्राहमी, मुतासरा इलाकों में हंगामी इमदाद, यतीम और बेसहारा बच्चों की दादरसी। इस साल हम आपके ताउन से और आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं। अपनी ज़कात, सदकात और खैरात के जरिए इन मंसूबों का हिस्सा बनिए। अभी कॉल कीजिए 0300 3030 777 या हमारी वेबसाइट विजिट करें www.minhajwelfare.org.
Thinking of selling or letting your property? Need someone reliable to find the best prospect for your home? Well, look no further. Cameron Adams is here to take care of all your needs. Our professional and experienced team will guide you through the entire process and ensure you find the right client for your property. For a no-obligation quotation, contact us now on 0208 558 2000. That's 0208 558 2000. Or visit us at 30 Church Lane in Leytonstone. Cameron Adams, always at your service.
With over 40 years' experience in the industry, Plachette Carpets is the place to go for all your carpets, laminates, linos, and wood flooring. We have an established network of suppliers, which means we can offer some of the best prices in town. We offer free estimates, free measurements, and now even free fitting. Call us now on 0208 472 8568 or visit us at 157 Plachette Road, Upton Park, London, E13 0QZ.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no-obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
The Career Link Project is a free employment and career service aimed at supporting young BAME women to navigate a path towards a successful future. If you're 16 or over and currently out of work, you could receive up to 10 months of personalised one-on-one career support and skills-based training to help you secure your future. Get in touch with us today on 07862 035 511 or email us at clp@tffm.co.uk. The Career Link Project, your future in your hands.
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk. Alternatively, contact our sales team now on 079 44 56 5616. That's 079 44 56 5616.
Revive FM
94.0. On the radio.
on your mobile.
And online.
Yes,
رحمن ساعدني يا رحمن اشرح صدري قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن رحمن يا رحمن ساعدني يا رحمن اشرح صدري قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن لله لله يهفو آملي لله ولحفظ كتاب الله من أول بسم الله للختم وللرضوان يا نور يا نور يا محكم يا تنزيل لمحمد عن جبريل من رب العرش دليل للعالم والإنسان رحمن يا رحمن ساعدني يا رحمن اشرح صدري قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن رحمن يا رحمن ساعدني يا رحمن.
This is
Revive FM
94.0 with the latest news from around the world.
From the Sky News Centre at 6, plans have been revealed for how the government will pay for the NHS backlog caused by the pandemic.
Instead of individuals having to bear the financial risks of catastrophic care costs themselves, we as a country are deciding to share more of that risk collectively. This is a permanent new role for the government.
Chancellor Rishi Sunak says there'll be a rise in national insurance by 1.25% from April to cover costs of what he calls the biggest catch-up programme in the NHS's history. It means the average worker will see £20 less in their monthly pay packet. Care providers in England have shared their concerns over the government's plans. Dan Archer runs the Visiting Angels Care Agency.
Unless you address the structural problems in terms of how care is bought, how it's commissioned, and mostly in terms of how caregivers are treated, how carers are paid, that what you're actually doing is pouring more water into an already leaky bucket.
Scotland's First Minister says she wants another independence referendum before the end of 2023. Nicola Sturgeon's also announced trials of a 4-day working week. Police Scotland's admitted it failed in its duty to protect a woman who died in a car crash near Stirling in 2015. Lamama Bell's vehicle came off the M9. The Taliban has appointed several members of its old guard to Afghanistan's caretaker government. The new Interior Minister is Sarah Judin Haqqani, who's on the FBI's most wanted list. £32 million of fraud was prevented in the first half of this year thanks to bank staff and the police. It's a 65% increase across the UK compared with the same period last year. And Cristiano Ronaldo's trained with his Manchester United teammates today. It's his first time since rejoining the Premier League club. The Portugal forward completed his return on transfer deadline day last week. And that's the latest. I'm Emily Hume.
This is Revive FM 94.0.
Reviving communities.
The views expressed on this program do not necessarily represent those of Revive FM or its management.
We're in the end game now. On FM,
on YouTube,
Facebook,
Every Tuesday from 5 to 7.
Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson.
Keeping you in the loop.
on Revive FM.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the final hour of the final Scott and Hutch. I know, it's a shame, but it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means. And if you don't know what that means, well, too late, really. We've been telling you about this for the last what, 53 weeks? So
Yeah.
it's a shame, but you know, we're going out on a high.
Classic Tom.
Exactly.
You're
I
so
mean,
cheeky, man.
what? Because
You're the cheekiest radio presenter I know.
I'm just saying, if Chris Moores can do it, why can't I?
Disney might have other plans.
Disney, please, I pay their wages.
Disney some schmizney.
Come and see the House of Mouse. Anyway, my name is Tom Hutchinson, and joining me in the studio is my amazing co-host,
Henry Scott.
Yes, this is it.
I'm more like, I'm more emotional.
I know, it's a shame, isn't it? But don't worry, you have got us for the next 55 minutes, and we are going to have some fun. We're going to play some music, and then we are going to say our final goodbyes. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can do. You know our number by now. It is 0333
444.
That's 09.
40.
That's 0333
444.
with an 09
40.
at the end of it. There you go.
We actually would love to have one call in on our last show.
It would be nice.
It
yeah.
would be absolutely delightful.
It would be.
If
it
we
would
had
be
one call in.
Yeah, I know. It would be nice. And I have asked Holly will it be if she will, call in. But unfortunately it keeps going to voicemail and then it says something about the number being blocked. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So yeah, we've got an hour left. We can talk about some stuff, whatever you fancy. Should we? I mean, do we dare break our what we normally do? Do we do a bit of news? Do you think?
I think it wouldn't be Scott and Hutch without the news, would
Yeah,
it?
maybe we should do a little bit of news. Hang on. I'm just thinking. Hang on.
Ever since Spitting Image has come out, you just absolutely love it.
I'm telling you now, the Spitting Image is very popular on the hives of Epsilon 5. Durham.
Now,
Right.
I hate to be a dreadful man. But
What? Let me guess. Are you telling me you're going to be a politician again?
No, it's all about you, this segment, Tom.
Oh,
Because
no.
I've got another game that I'm about to spring on you.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Wait a minute. Hang on. I have some news for this. Hang on.
Oh my god.
I don't need to do this anymore.
I make all these jingles.
It's breaking
and you
news.
don't use them. Anyway.
I can't find them. That's
good. Don't use them. Besides my game is I'm in the break. I'm going to give you a bunch of sentences you have to say.
Okay.
And it's just going to be one to two sentences.
Right.
You have to say it in different accents.
Right.
And different characters and different people.
Okay. Right.
So no pressure.
Okay. So basically you're going to give me just a sentence. Is this something that is going to make the lawyers very nervous, like more than
No. Totally
Right.
kosher.
Okay. Right. Okay then. Well, let's see what we can do. So I'll tell you what. In the meantime, though, let's break with tradition and let's do a little bit of news.
On FM,
On YouTube,
Facebook,
every Tuesday from 5 to 7,
Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson.
keeping you in the loop.
On Revive FM.
Do you know what? I'm going to redo that again because let's be honest, it's the last time. I hope this is the right one.
On FM,
On YouTube,
Facebook,
Every Tuesday from 5 to 7,
Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson.
keeping you in the loop.
on Revive FM.
Yeah, we should have marked those a bit better. Really,
Yeah, I
shouldn't we?
mean that one's kind of unnice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, right. So I've got a little bit of news, unless you have something that you would like to discuss.
Oh no, man! Your news first.
Well,
I'm just browsing.
Well, nothing. Make sure you delete that history before we leave the office. So, right. So there's always been the threat of another lockdown, hasn't there? And now it's kind of they're talking about bringing in. I mean, bearing in mind the schools have only just gone back. They're already talking about bringing in a firebreaker lockdown in October.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, if it happens. So, Vaccines Minister Nadim Zawahi has not denied that a firebreak restrictions could be implemented in October if
Hospitalizations continue through the August
exactly.
through the winter months.
Yeah, he says it depends on the success of the booster program for the elderly and the most vulnerable. So obviously, for those who have been out of the loop, those over 60 and those classed as vulnerable will have to have a third jab if you've had, I believe, is it 2 Pfizers, I believe, because they start to wear off over time. I mean, you're never going to get something that's going to be 100% foolproof anyway.
Exactly.
But it's the fact that they are starting to wear out a little bit. So I know my dad's got to have another one because he's 66, so he's classed as no AP. That presumably will also mean that like several members of my family are going to need them again. So, but I mean, to be honest with you, a third one's not that bad. I mean, people get a flu jab every year. I mean, this is just, it's going to be the same,
Do you know
isn't
what?
it?
There is a debate that needs to be had here, and that is 12 to 15-year-olds being vaccinated.
Yes, because they've said that the Pfizer vaccine is not suitable.
The AstraZeneca.
Sorry.
Is not. I mean, it's not that you can't have it, but where preferential, anyone under 30 should be having a Pfizer jab.
Yeah.
But I mean, what is it? I was at Speaker's Corner on Sunday, and or was it yesterday? Oh no, it was Sunday. Sunday evening, Sunday day, and on Sunday afternoon, I was at Speaker's Corner, and I was getting lots of new audio for my new podcast, and just chatting with strangers. It's a little story thing, and one of them actually did raise a good point. Firstly, the government has used fear to make us all stay in our houses, which I'm not particularly comfortable with. Scientific and Pandemic Influenza Group B, which is the psychology unit of the government, released a white paper before the lockdown saying people need to be scared into this to be compliant.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can use fear, which has given millions of...
Oh!
We got our wish!
We have a
Answer
caller.
the phone!
Here we go. Hello, caller. You are on Revive FM.
Oh, I can't believe it's the last show.
It's our regular caller.
You guys have been my drive home for the last 52 weeks.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, and I do. When Tom Hutch came along, I thought, oh my goodness, is this going to work? And you exceeded my worst fears.
Oh,
Tom
thank
Hutch.
you so much. Thank you.
Exceeded our worst fears.
And Henry, you've been the driver of the show right from the start. Children's vaccines, guys, I'm just going to whack it to you straight. One, I'm just really alarmed about kids getting vaccinated. One, they've got a very low risk of serious death or illness. Two, these vaccines are new. They use new technologies, new ingredients. Three, most kids are hugely strong anyway. Four, they're not key drivers of transmission. I don't think they really spread it throughout the whole community. In any case, adults are all vaccinated mostly. And very little known about the vaccine's short and long-term side effects. We're still not through all. So I just wonder, are we not being a bit crazy vaccinating our 12 to 15-year-old kids?
But the only thing I would say, and again, like this is just from sort of bits I've seen, that when the schools were going back originally after the first lockdown, everybody was being advised to, be socially distant, to stick within your bubbles or anything like that. And every time I either drove past the school going to work or anything like that, I always noticed that kids and students would not be doing that. And obviously, Henry, you can probably speak from a bit more experience because obviously you are a student. But I do believe that that's then there seems to... I cannot speak today. It is a good thing I'm going. The fact that's when the trends started to go up. So I do think that maybe it is worth sort of vaccinating our children. So I might have to disagree with you there, because I mean it would be interesting to see. Obviously, now the schools are back. Give it 3 or 4 weeks for the data to trickle through.
Yes,
Will that trend start to go upwards again? Because we've been sort of sitting around about 100 to 200 deaths a day. We've been around about 30,000 cases per day. So I think we would have to see what's going to happen when that data comes through from the start of this week. Because
in your other life, Tom, do you think that pubs are more of a driver of transmission than schools?
I think they could. I think they are on par. The only thing I would say is that I think you can rationalize with an adult slightly more than, say, I don't know, like an 11 or a 12-year-old. But then when alcohol becomes involved, I think all inhibition goes out the window. So I remember when we had the original rule of, it was table service only. Don't get up from your table unless you're wearing a mask. When people would start bending or trying to break those rules, we would tell them, right, sit down or whatever. And in my pub, I can't speak for everybody else's, we had zero tolerance. So if you started acting like an idiot or you weren't obeying the rules, because the fact is, if we had a COVID inspector come by, we would be
shut down.
Yeah,
No,
we would be shut on the spot. So it wasn't just the fact that it was people just being stupid and putting everyone else's lives at risk. It was also putting our business at risk and consequently our lives as well. So, but I don't know. I mean, Henry, what do you think? You know, obviously, do you think that it's an increase or it can increase transmissions? Or?
Well, I mean, there's nothing to say that kids don't transmit COVID. You know, they can fully spread the disease like anyone else. They're actually more likely to get an asymptomatic infection, which makes them, you know, more likely to spread it. Just like with anyone who has asymptomatic infection. But I think the thing is, the reason I have issue with it is because I guarantee you for children, on a per capita basis, I mean, I'd have to get some statistics to back this up. And obviously, again, caller, you say that there's not enough data on this, but the data does need to be decided is how many kids are put at risk by taking a vaccine when COVID is unlikely to kill them anyway. I would worry that the risks of side effects, anything serious side effects, which is a very low incidence, vaccines are largely safe, is less beneficial to children than it is to old people who have a 60%, anyone over the age of 80 has a 60%, no, it's something like an 80% chance of dying of COVID. A 12 to 15-year-old, the death rate of incidence is like 0.001%. So from that perspective, I worry, is it right to be giving children vaccines when realistically children are unlikely to die from this disease?
Wait, we don't have a disagreement among the hosts, do we?
I don't know. I don't think we do. I mean, is this going to be the wedge that's going to tear us apart?
Oh no, it's just a radio show, man. Like, you know,
boys, it's been a great show, and I very much hope we'll see you again in the future in some format or another.
Thank you very much.
CNN, Fox News, something low budget, low key like that.
Something low budget. Well, low IQ would definitely be Fox News. I think. Sorry, we discussed in the first hour. We're probably not going to be allowed back into America. So why not?
No. I reckon we're banned.
I heard, yeah.
I know.
All right, well done, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hope LBC will be writing to you soon.
There you go. See,
cross our fingers.
Get him on there, definitely. Take care. Bye bye.
We got our wish.
Exactly. That's kind of what we wanted, you know. And it's nice to know that we actually have people sort of listening and looking in. It's great. Oh, there we are. There we go. If I can work out how to turn that off. There we go. That's what we want. That's it. That'll turn it off. That's why I was pressing the wrong button. Slick. But yeah, I mean, as I say, I personally, I think that that will be the factor. So we'll have a look in a month's time. I mean, if we're going to need a firebreaker lockdown, they're going to have to give us sort of ample warning. So unless they start seeing the data coming in or the statistics starting to rise south the first 2 weeks, I think that's when they need to work on. But I don't know. I mean, I know they're saying it depends on the vaccine program, but I think it's also, I think if there is going to be another lockdown, I think people will ignore it. I think they're so fed up.
I think people are very fed up at this point.
Yeah.
I would feel upset if we had another lockdown because I've now been told, like everyone else has been told, there's no more lockdowns.
Yeah.
And I don't see how we can have one more. I personally
it's irreversible. That's what we were told, wasn't it? It was irreversible. There is no way to come back from another lockdown. There's no need to go back into another lockdown. Whether it's a case of it's going to be...
we have another phone call.
Here we go. Hello, you're on with Revive FM.
Hello there.
Hello.
So, I've just started sixth form, and this is a little bit random. I hope you don't mind.
That's all right. I'm the king of random, as we've proven on this show, so please go ahead.
That's fantastic. I know that Henry has done sixth form, but I don't know about you. How would you think managing work-life balance works out, especially through COVID? And also, I feel like a lot of senior leadership team members at school are really emphasizing the point of just working all the time. And obviously, within COVID, it makes things a little bit tricky. So I was wondering what your views on that would be.
I think it's my one for you, mate. I think it's might be a little bit out of my depth. It was a very long time when I went to sixth form, but I mean, we never really had anything like this. The only thing that we had when I was there was kind of we took a day off for the July the 7th terrorist attacks. That was how long ago it was when I was there.
Yeah, but I remember I was very young when that happened.
Yeah,
I just remember getting sent home from school.
Yeah, because it was apparently safer to actually get everyone back home.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're digressing. See, this is how random we are. We've now gone on from sort of sixth form to
Well, no, but I mean,
July
like,
the 7th.
I just think that when it comes to working with sixth form and COVID, what is it? I did sixth form for 3 years, and I suppose the biggest piece of advice I'd give would be, I think probably the biggest piece of advice I'd give is make your notes whilst you're learning them, because it's very easy to like think, oh, I need to make my notes, and it's like 2 months before exams, and you're suddenly like, oh, I have no notes, and you have nothing to revise from. And I think there's a lot of good techniques for writing notes as well. Like you can write questions on the left-hand side of the page and fold it in half, and then on the other side write down the information to the questions, and then as you're learning about it, you write down what you think you need to know, and then I'll have the question next to it. So you pre-doing your revision cards as you're learning the thing, and it's probably the most effective way I've ever learned. But I mean, working COVID is pretty poor, and I think kids need to stay in school at all costs.
Yeah.
It's the best place for them.
I think the only thing I could sort of chime in on that really is just it's obviously you need to take some time for yourself during the day. So whether it's a case of, I don't quite know how it was working with regards to sort of, learning from home and having to do it all via, or e-learning as they were calling it, as the kids were calling it back in the day, it was e-learning. But I think as long as you're working on, if it's a case of having a 2-hour break, whether that's a case of going out for the regulation exercise that we were allowed, but like with hours exercise, whether it's a case of just having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and a breather, having a chat with a friend. So I think it is a case of, like you say, trying to work out that or maintain that balance. But just to accept that just because you're not at school education, it doesn't mean you have to be doing it all day, if that makes sense. It sounds like I'm trying to say sort of slack off, but it's not. But I think as long as you can try and at least get an hour or two's break in between to break that day up for yourself, I think it'll help, because it's the mental aspect that's the problem, and I think that's not just the financial, but I think the lockdowns can cause on mental health as well. And I dare say I'd love to see the statistics for people actually reaching out to mental health charities, mental health organisations, from say the first lockdown to the second and even the third, because I guarantee you there would have been an increase. So I think as long as you're taking your break or having a decent break in between, that's kind of like your little, dare I say it, like a fire break, if that makes sense, for the day. So that's probably something
I wouldn't support a lockdown. I think realistically, anyone in a hospital, if vaccinated people are ending up in hospital, then the situation has changed.
Yeah.
But if it's unvaccinated people ending up in hospital, vaccines are widely available. If you choose not to take a vaccine, that's a personal choice, but you also have to deal with the consequences of that, and the rest of us shouldn't be able to suffer.
Yeah.
What do you think, Caller?
What, on vaccinations?
Yes. If you're starting sixth form, what do you think about 12 to 15-year-olds getting the jab?
I think that, to be honest, statistically speaking, I wouldn't be able to give you any facts to back up my opinion. So feel free to correct me on this. I think that it's doing more good than harm to get a vaccine. Obviously, there's different views on this. There's people who support herd immunity in particular. Essentially letting the weak ones die off, and then all the strong ones are immune. But which is why, I personally, because I'm quite a emotionally driven person, I'm not super comfortable with that. So, the idea of 12 to 15-year-olds not being vaccinated, and then because they often present asymptomatically visiting their grandparents, because, they might not want to or choose to get tested, which is, again, their choice, and putting other people at risk. So I think it's interesting, to be honest. I haven't thought about it at length because, to be honest, a very long time ago, I stopped looking at the news and thinking about this sort of stuff because it can take a toll. But yeah, that's a bit of a nothing answer, but, I should probably think about it more.
No, not at all. No, honestly, I think you're right. I think even the fact of, you say, sort of putting away the news, that can be quite detrimental as well. I know, obviously, we report the news. That's why we try to make it sort of a little bit fun and a little bit
counterculture. I like
really.
that you guys show.
Oh, thank you. Cheers. But I think that's the if you look at it so much, all you see is its numbers going up, hospitalizations going up. It does feel like you're sort of getting a sledgehammer to the head sometimes. So sometimes it's nice just to sort of step away from the news, and that's I think one of the things we try to do is just, as I say, to make it that it's not all doom and gloom, and hopefully we've sort of done that. But I mean, honestly, thank you so much for calling in. And obviously, I think it was a great response anyway. So thanks a lot for for calling in on Scott and Hutch.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
All right, see you soon. Take
Thanks
care.
very much.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
There we go. So look at that. So we wait for ages for callers, and there isn't one.
We waited like 4 months for callers.
I know, and then all of a sudden two come along at once. And
exactly.
If you do want to call in, we're going to go to a break in a moment. But if you do want to call in, we are still here until 7 o'clock on the final Scott and Hutch. So you can call us on 0333
444
0940. That's 0333
444
0940. There you go. Right, we're going to take a break. We're going to pay some bills for this lovely establishment, and when we come back, Mr. Scott has a game for me to play.
Aha!
The end game, you might say. See you after the break.
इस सितंबर में अपने स्टूडेंट से दोबारा मिलकर मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। मेरा नाम मिस्टर इकबाल है और मैं एक स्कूल टीचर हूँ। ऐसा लगता है जैसे ये टर्म हमारे लिए एक नया आगाज होगा। फिर से क्लब में जाना, खेल कूद और दोस्तों के साथ ब्रेक टाइम बच्चों की सेहत, उनकी भलाई और एजुकेशन के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है। सब बच्चों को चाहिए कि पहले की तरह दिन में कई बार अपने हाथ धोते रहें। टर्म शुरू होने पर सेकेंडरी और कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट को कोविड-19 के 2 रैपिड टेस्ट स्कूल या कॉलेज ही में कराने होंगे। फिर हर हफ्ते 2 बार अपने घर पर भी ये टेस्ट करने होंगे। वायरस पर कंट्रोल रखने के लिए हमें हर वो चीज़ करनी है जो हम कर सकते हैं। आइए हम सब मिलकर जिंदगी को और बेहतर बनाएं। ज़्यादा मालूमात यहाँ से लें gov.uk/back to school।
ये आयशा है। ये बहुत छोटी सी थी जब इसके वालिद का एक हादसे में इंतकाल हो गया। वो अपनी माँ और छोटे बहन भाइयों के साथ रहती है। आयशा जैसी लाखों बच्चियां जिंदगी की बुनियादी सहूलतों से बिल्कुल महरूम है। यही वजह है कि वो स्कूल भी नहीं जा सकती। मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन ने आपके एहतियात और अपनी खिदमत दुनिया भर के यतीम और बेसहारा बच्चों के लिए वक्फ कर दी है। एक यतीम और बेसहारा बच्चे का सहारा बनिए। आज ही अतिया कीजिए।
अभी कॉल मिलाएं 0300 3030 या हमारी वेबसाइट विजिट करें www.minhajwelfare.org।
Hi, I'm Dr. Jyoti Sood. Let's face it, lockdown has left many of us carrying some extra weight. But extra weight can put pressure on our bodies, making it harder to fight diseases like cancer, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. So now is a great time for us to get our weight on track. The Better Health website has lots of free tools and tips to get you started. So for help and support to lose weight, search Better Health. Let's do this.
Getting back to school life again in September is going to feel like a fresh start. Whether you're a student at school or college, it will be great to see all your friends again, to be able to get back to music, to football, whilst keeping your studies on track. And like your mates, it's best to take 2 rapid COVID-19 tests at the start of term and then twice a week at home. Let's all continue to play our part. Let's keep life moving. Find out more at gov.uk/back to school.
Let's connect with the Holy Quran. Minhaj Dawah Project distributes the Holy Quran in plain simple English for free. You can donate £3 and sponsor a Quran to a loved one, a neighbour, a colleague or a friend. We distribute Qurans totally free of charge across the whole UK, including in prisons. Please call us now to contribute on 0300 030 1951 or email us on dawah@minhajuk.org.
Taj Grill invites you to the world of Pakistani cuisine. With every dish prepared to perfection, why not try our sizzling mixed grill, our famous masala fish, or choose from our selection of freshly made curries and allow the Taj Grill experience to speak for itself. Visit us at 72 Ilford Lane or 508 Ilford High Road or call 0208 262 6476. We also offer catering for all your events. Call us for more information.
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk or contact our sales team now on 07944 565616. That's 07944 565616. Advertise with Revive FM.
On FM.
On YouTube.
Facebook.
Under your bed.
in your closet.
And we're hiding in your fridge.
Henry Scott and Tom Hutchinson bring you the news.
On Revive FM.
Revive FM.
94.0. On the radio.
On your mobile.
And online.
Hello, you're listening to Revive FM. I'm Henry Scott, and my co-host has had to go for a second, but what I have managed to do is set up an interview with the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. Hello, Boris.
Good day. Good day to you,
Now,
Mr.
Boris,
Scott.
today you proposed a national insurance increase of 1.25%. That doesn't quite add up, because in your manifesto and your election pledge, you said that you weren't increasing national insurance contribution, and there would be no tax rises. Read my lips, as it were. Why? What's gone on?
Well, I did explain that in the previous manifesto that there was to be no tax rises or increases, but unfortunately a global pandemic, as I said in Prime Minister's questions today at the House of Parliament, or Houses of Parliament, as more than one of them, is that a global pandemic was not on anybody's manifesto,
Right.
So we've had to
But Boris,
adjust.
Boris, would you not consider that you've lied to the entire country?
Well, you say that I've lied to the country. I believe that this is necessary to actually
Boris,
increase.
admit it. You have raised taxes on working class families, and you have no respect for them at all, do you?
I do have respect for all.
All right, thank you, Boris. That's enough for now. Anyway, I've also scheduled another interview today with Chris Tarrant. Chris Tarrant's here in the studio. Hi, Chris. How's it going?
Hello there, Mr. Henry Scott.
Chris, it's lovely to have you on the show. Me and Tom are big fans. It's such a shame that Tom couldn't be here today to have a chat with you. But Chris, what we've got to say today is that you've got a new show. I love your railway documentaries, by the way. They're hugely interesting.
Thank you.
Since doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, why did you stop that? Why did you stop that role?
Well, see, the problem is there's only so many times someone can come up to you and go, "Oh, have you phoned a friend on your next question?" So I thought to myself, what do I like to do? Well, I like to talk about trains. And then the people at Channel 5 came up to me and said, "Would you like to do a show about A, trains, B, fishing, C, cars, or D, my son Toby on Radio X?"
What about E, the Muppet Show?
Well, unfortunately, it only goes 4 answers. That's the way I've always done things. It's one of
sorry, Chris. You leave the. Oh my goodness! It's Kermit the Frog. Hi, Kermit.
Hello there, Mr. Scott. Welcome, and thank you for having me on the show. Yay!
That is absolutely honestly, guys. I'm so happy to have Kermit the Frog in the studio today.
I am.
How is Miss Piggy? What happened to the new show on NBC?
The show on NBC unfortunately is not happening due to political reasons. That is because me and Miss Piggy have had a little bit of a falling out. So unfortunately, the Muppets is going to be moving on to Disney Plus with the brand new series of the Muppets Now, which we are really, really, really excited about.
Well, that is just wonder. And how's the adjustment been for the cast? I mean, I imagine there must be significant pressures upon you and Scooter and Swedish Chef Boy.
To be honest, the only problem really is the Swedish Chef is now having to cook with a mask on, which is making it even harder for us to understand him. And the other thing as well is the health and safety forms that we have cut out for the great Gonzo stunts. Oh, is that a cough there?
No, we're all good. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, I am sorry. I've got a phone call. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump.
Hello, Mr. Scott. Is this Henry? Is this Henry Scott?
Yes, it is.
I heard he's a great man. He talks about me every week.
I mean, thank you very much. I've heard a lot about you. The first question is: are you plotting a presidential comeback?
Let me tell you something. I'm telling you now. People thought that Rocky II was the biggest comeback ever. They have not seen nothing. We are going to make America great again. That's my new campaign slogan.
New, but that wasn't it like that last time?
Well, but this is recycled. It's better, people. It's going to be better.
Why is it better?
Because it's better. Because it's new, people.
No,
New
but
is
you just
always
said
better.
that was the reason. So why is it better, Mr. Trump?
The reason is because it's new, and everything new is always better, except presidents.
But no,
New
but it's
presidents are
not new
good.
because it's the same as it was last time.
But we made America better before. We made the wall. We made the wall. It was so great, people. It was so great. So
It was
that's
more of a fence.
It was a wall. It was better than the wall they already had. And plus the fact that they paid for it. We didn't. Americans didn't have to spend.
Well,
a dollar
thank you,
on it.
Mr. Trump. That's enough of your fake news for today. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the man I met in the bathroom at the Royal Albert Hall, Brian Cox. How are you, man? I haven't seen you since that bathroom incident.
Oh, hello there, Peter. It's not Peter. Sorry, that's your father's name. Hello there, Henry. It's actually nice to see you now with your trousers on. Sorry, have I said that the wrong thing?
That was definitely the wrong thing to say, Brian.
I was just saying
that's not what happened at all. Can I just make that abundantly clear?
He says that, but that's not what the lawyers are telling me. By the way, have you received the defamation letter that my lawyers have sent to you?
Okay, bye, Brian. This has taken an awkward turn. Lastly, I think probably the last person I've got to talk to today has got to be Nessa Jenkins.
All right there. How's it going? All right.
Well, I mean, no, it's really good to have you on the show, man.
I know.
You've got a word of support for Scott and Hutch today, and then we're going to revisit and just get one word from Scott and Hutch from each of our guests that we've just had on in the last 5 minutes.
Well, at the end of the day, when all said and done, in Barry, we don't actually get Scott and Hutch. We've just about got radios. But at the end of the day, when all said and done, tidy.
Lovely. Alan Carr, what do you have one word to describe Scott and Hutch?
Absolutely amazing.
And Chris Tarrant.
Oh, definitely. Oh, that was definitely worth £1 million.
Donald Trump.
Who is this guy? He's not. Henry is full of fake news. He's full of fake news, people.
It's rather rude. Boris Johnson.
I would say I've not lied to the British.
Oh, lovely. Well, I mean, he's off. And lastly, Kermit. One word to describe Scott and Hutch for us.
Sensational, muppetational, and inspirational. Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a wonderful range of guests on this segment of Scott and Hutch. Oh, Tom, there you are. You're back.
Yeah. Any reason why the bathroom door was locked for the last 10 minutes? I had to crawl out the window.
No. Oh, that's rather odd. Listen, that's so crazy. You missed all the guests I had lined up for us. We had Kermit the Frog and Boris Johnson, Chris Tarrant. We had Alan Carr as well.
I mean, so hang on, wait. So, I mean, the door was locked. All these people came in, and you didn't think, where's your,
I couldn't. They were all in the studio waiting. Boris, the Secret Service people were outside. They said I couldn't leave the studio for security reasons. So with Donald Trump.
So you leave your mate hanging in the bathroom, basically to crawl out of a window.
I'm so sorry, but you just missed the interviews of Lifetime. We had all the characters.
I take back everything I said about you.
Oh no!
So everything I said about you.
Tom. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Well, anyway, moving on. I mean, it's a shame you missed all those cool celebrities coming.
Wasn't
in
it
the door.
just?
They were.
Wasn't it
so insane that you missed all of those guys?
Yeah, really missed it. Oh, I think we finally gone mad.
I think we have finally gone mad.
We've finally gone absolutely mad.
But ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't notice, because you can't see us,
but you can now.
That wasn't Boris Johnson or Donald Trump. That was my wonderful co-host Tom Hutchinson. He does parties. He's a great impressionist.
He does parties and then gets asked to leave after about 30 seconds. Oh, honestly, do you know what? That made me laugh. I've got to be honest, my Donald Trump has got very rusty now. I can't
it's because
do
he's
it
not on the
anymore.
air all the time.
I know. I need to.
He's still really good though.
I need to have a return of the Trump.
No, I don't think the world needs that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. 2024. Make America great again. I mean, that could happen. It could be worse. Could have been Kanye, President Kanye West. That's
still a possibility.
Oh, God, I hope not. I mean, there's I don't know. Let's just pray that doesn't happen.
Cross our fingers.
I know. Right, we've got to go. Should we go to our ad break and then we'll come back for our last?
Let's go to our ad break.
Last part of our last show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do a bit of an ad break? Yeah. Bit of an ad break while we're working on that novel.
Want some Cool Whip?
Cool Whip. Why are you saying it weird? You're supposed to go Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
No, it's Cool Whip.
Well, why are you putting emphasis on the H?
I'm not.
You are.
Maybe we should put some emphasis on the ad button.
I like your thinking, sir. I like your thinking. Right, stay tuned because we are back for our last segment of our last ever show. It's the last ever Scott and Hutch. Did we mention it was the last ever Scott and Hutch? Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the last ever Scott and Hutch.
This is Aisha. Her father died in an accident at a very young age.
Like I do not have access to the very basics of life, resulting in her and many others not being able to attend school. Through Minhaj Welfare Foundation, your charity is dedicated towards supporting the full needs of orphans and needy children around the world. Donate today. Call us now 0300 3030 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jyoti Sood. Let's face it, lockdown has left many of us carrying some extra weight. But extra weight can put pressure on our bodies, making it harder to fight diseases like cancer, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. So now is a great time for us to get our weight on track. The Better Health website has lots of free tools and tips to get you started. So for help and support to lose weight, search Better Health. Let's do this.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk. Alternatively, contact our sales team now on 07944 56 5616. That's 07944 56 5616.
इस सितंबर में अपने स्टूडेंट से दोबारा मिलकर मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। मेरा नाम मिस्टर इकबाल है और मैं एक स्कूल टीचर हूं। ऐसा लगता है जैसे ये टर्म हमारे लिए एक नया आगाज होगा। फिर से क्लब में जाना, खेल कूद और दोस्तों के साथ ब्रेक टाइम बच्चों की सेहत, उनकी भलाई और एजुकेशन के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है। सब बच्चों को चाहिए कि पहले की तरह दिन में कई बार अपने हाथ धोते रहें। टर्म शुरू होने पर सेकेंडरी और कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट को कोविड-19 के 2 रैपिड टेस्ट स्कूल या कॉलेज ही में कराने होंगे। फिर हर हफ्ते 2 बार अपने घर पर भी ये टेस्ट करने होंगे। वायरस पर कंट्रोल रखने के लिए हमें हर वो चीज़ करनी है जो हम कर सकते हैं। आइए हम सब मिलकर ज़िंदगी को और बेहतर बनाएं। ज़्यादा मालूमात यहाँ से लें gov.uk/back-to-school.
Taj Grill invites you to the world of Pakistani cuisine. With every dish prepared to perfection, why not try our sizzling mixed grill, our famous masala fish, or choose from our selection of freshly made curries and allow the Taj Grill experience to speak for itself. Visit us at 72 Ilford Lane or 508 Ilford High Road, or call 0208 262 6476. We also offer catering for all your events. Call us for more information.
Getting back to school life again in September is going to feel like a fresh start. Whether you're a student at school or college, it will be great to see all your friends again, to be able to get back to music, to football, whilst keeping your studies on track. And like your mates, it's best to take 2 rapid COVID-19 tests at the start of term and then twice a week at home. Let's all continue to play our part. Let's keep life moving. Find out more at gov.uk/back to school.
Revive FM
94.0. On the radio.
on your mobile.
And online.
Hello there. This
Oh, I'm
this is
already
the
all
mo-
sad.
this is the moment. This is when it ends. This is the final the final ever segment of the final ever Scott and Hutch.
Yep, on Revive FM.
I know this is the end. I was actually going to try and play This Is the End by the Doors, but I can't. So I might just have to maybe just break in a little bit of this. Just why not?
Oh no, you've got to. Yeah,
I know.
It is.
It is a
little bit sad, isn't it?
It is actually, and it is quite a shame, really. But we're going to save the speeches and everything for later on. It's honestly, I know we said about it earlier on the show, but I've had the best time doing this. I really have. I couldn't have asked for a better offer from my mate, and I still think to that second. I think was it the second or the third episode where we were pre-recording it at home. And we were basically sitting there getting distracted by watching the Belgian Grand Prix. and I honestly, I'm just so happy that I've done this, mate. I couldn't have.
Radio's cool, isn't it?
It is a laugh. It's it's such fun. As I said earlier on, I've wanted to do this since I was about 4 or 5 years old. I mean, I used to be the quintessential kid with the tape recorder coming up with stuff that was like, I was reading phone calls and faxes that are coming direct from my head, and not much has changed. But it's it was when you said about coming on, like one as a guest, and then when Dion decided to move on, I just thought I cannot pass this up, and I won't lie, I would love to sort of go on to like Radio X or anything like that, and because that's my kind of music, I feel like I sort of know it, and plus I feel like I can sort of hit the vocal on any song that they give me, just because I hear them all the time. But I'm genuinely, mate, I could see you, and I know I've said this before, I could see you on something like a BBC 4 show or an LBC show or something like, honestly. And I'm only going to say it one more time because I'm repeating myself. No, Jerry, mate. No, you've got. I mean, if they can get Judge Rinder on there, you could be like the new Judge Rinder. Only like
that'd be
more
fun.
Cool. That would be fun.
Telling people off.
Just sit there and go, listen, darling, talking. Now you've said you're going to give this amount of money, but you haven't given this amount of money. Why haven't you given this amount of money, darling? And then when they try to answer, you just go, no, talking. That would be quite cool. I don't know. It'd be nice.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be.
We can all dream.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you now, everybody, watch this space. I'm telling you now. Right. Well, we've got about 10 minutes before we're due to go. So if you do want to, I know. So if you do want to
call in,
as someone's just
speak of the devil.
I mean, it's almost like we planned that, wasn't it?
Yeah. No. Let's get her on. Yeah, get them on the phone.
Get them on the phone. You mean? Yeah. Hello. You are on with Revive FM.
Well, hello there. This is a message from one of the many prime ministers that have gone before Mr. Boris Johnson. Can you guess who this might be?
Tony Blair?
No, I am the only female. Oh, I'm so sorry. The first female prime minister.
If fairness, the other one didn't really do that much, so technically you are the only female prime minister.
Yes, well, I have to agree from my seat here in the heavens beside the Lord God himself. And I just wanted to give a message to Tom and Henry to say that how much I have enjoyed listening to you over the airwaves here in heaven. And we are very pleased with the progress that you have made. We are very disappointed, however, that you allowed Mr. Boris Johnson on the show. One was listening, you know.
We are sorry. We know that he tried to bring you back as a skit on Spitting Image, which I feel like this is starting to descend into. But so we do apologise, Baroness Thatcher.
Yes, I that was a rather disgusting move on the part of the Tory party because I tried very hard with all those men, but they made it very difficult.
I just got the tail end of that.
Yeah.
I've just got to turn my microphone off for a second.
I've never. Well, Maggie, it's a pleasure to have you call in. I've never been more confused in my life.
I'll tell you what, you think that's amazing. You want to see the bill that she's going to get. I mean, talk about out of area.
Yeah, I know.
Oh well, one has one's connections, you know.
Oh, I'm getting chills. Yeah, I feel like there's. Is it just me, or is there a ghost in here?
Do you know what? I think if we got Clinton Baptiste in here from Phoenix Nights, I'm getting something now. I'm getting something from the spirit world. Is it Baroness Thatcher? Is it Baroness Thatcher?
I do believe one is correct, actually.
I thought it was.
My goodness.
Ramon, I was right.
See,
Well, Dennis and I would like to wish you all the very best in your future endeavors, particularly Henry, as he goes on to study to be a lawyer. A very, very worthwhile political move, I would say, Henry.
Right. Okay.
Thank you. I think you've got a bit of a stalker there. You know, you've been stalked. You've been stalked by the Baroness.
She must have been listening to the program from the start because, my goodness, that's the only way they could have found out.
I say, Boris, watch out. Henry Scott for Prime Minister.
Oh,
There you go.
Go away. Go away. Let's not start this. Anyway, caller, excellent impression, I might add, and thanks for calling.
Thanks very much.
That's
No
really
problem.
tickled me.
Take care.
Any time, gentlemen. Any time.
So-
As you know, the lady's not for tanning.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Oh. Do you know what?
That's top class.
Do you know what? There's only really one way we can go from that.
Maybe you hit Prince Charles with a shoe, or slipped in a loo with your con or two. Whatever it is, we don't really care. We're here to talk to you.
Right. And now I've actually got a perfect segue to go into our final song before we go off. Because this man actually uses the word celestial quite a lot.
Oh.
I do. See? It's almost like I planned this.
Nice.
Even though I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favourite songs. This is Liam Gallagher and Bold.
Gonna take you off my list of to-dos. Gonna see my soul shake off these blues. 'Cause it's alright now. When I wake up and I hear you say there's no love worth chasing yesterday. 'Cause it's alright now. Yes, I know I've been wrong. I didn't do what I was told. Yes, I know you saw so. You didn't do what I was told. I ain't looking for you 9 to 5. I'm sick of wasting my sweet, precious time. 'Cause it's alright now. Yes, I know I've been wrong. I didn't do what I was told. Yes, I know you saw so. You didn't do what I was told. Yes, I know I've been wrong. I didn't do what I was told. Yes, I know you saw so. You didn't do what I was told. Yes, I know I've been wrong. I didn't do what I was told. Yes, I know you saw so. You didn't do what I was told.
absolutely love that song. That was Liam Gallagher and
Well,
Bold. And I'll
do
be
you know
honest
what?
with you.
I'm looking at the clock,
Mhm.
and it says we've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds before we need to finish up.
Do you know what? Let's be honest with you. What are they going to do? Fire us? Let's run over.
No, we shouldn't. We
Do
shouldn't.
it.
No. Let's
Do
end
it.
let's end on a good note, boss.
Do it.
Come on, you got 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to say your piece.
Right. I'll tell you what. You go first, sir. This is
Well,
down
Tom,
to you.
it's been an absolute pleasure. As I said in the previous hour, you know, you're a smashing co-host, a smashing friend. You've always got my back, and I've always got yours.
Bless you.
And you know, it's strange circumstances as to how we met, friend for friend.
Yeah.
Brother's friend of a friend.
Yeah.
It's insane.
We talk about 6 degrees of separation. That was it, wasn't it?
Literally. And wow, I got really lucky because you could have been a total, you know, idiot.
I sometimes can be a total idiot.
And realistically, it's just been excellent. I've had a wonderful time broadcasting with you.
Thank you.
And I hope you stay doing stuff live.
Cheers, thank you,
it's good,
mate.
man.
Yeah, do you know what? Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better friend and a as I said before, a better offer to do this. I've loved every second of it, and I've got to say thank you to all the staff at Revive FM as well for doing this.
We do need to do a big thank you.
Yeah,
to
especially
all the
Zaheb
staff.
as well, who puts on all of our every time we come up with jingles and music, or me just nicking the Sky Sports News thing. He puts it on without any question. To be honest, I don't actually think he's listened to any of them, so we're all right. But honestly, we couldn't have done it without him and the rest of the guys.
We've got to thank Station Manager Ish as well.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's such an opportunity
Yeah.
you've given me, and I'll always forever be grateful for that.
Yeah, and I know that Revive FM often, does commentary with some of the cricket matches for the local area and charity matches and stuff. I mean, I think we could do that. I think that would be a good laugh. I know absolutely naff all about cricket, but I'm telling you now, we could.
Mate, we did a great job of it.
It'd be a laugh. I just said, right, here's an idea. When he hits the ball with a bat, you guys catch it. Simple. That's it. That's it. But yeah, it's honestly, I've loved every second of this. This has literally been a childhood dream of mine. And I hope it's not the end. I don't know if Revive FM are going to ask me to come back and do my own show. We've not even spoken about it. I know, Henry, obviously you're going on doing your podcast. We were actually talking about it in the break. So everyone, when it happens, go and listen to it.
Yeah, please do tune in, guys.
And
I'm going to find out a new time for it.
Yeah. And so as soon as you know that, let us know, and I'll stick it out on my socials as well. I guess
I'm
that's
actually getting a little bit.
I know. It's like, this is it. This is the end, literally.
Well, why don't we do one last sign off?
Go on then. I'll tell you what, you go first, because I've got something that I'm going to say goodbye on. So,
ladies and gentlemen, this has been Revive FM. I've been Scott. He has been Hutch. Oh, no, Mom, we made a mistake. It was in fitting fashion.
Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening on Revive FM. I'm Scott and he's
Hutch.
And this has been
Scott and Hutch. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, as well, stay tuned to Revive FM, because there are more great shows coming up after us. But let's be honest, they're not going to be as good as us. We are the kings of what we do. And stay safe, keep the faith, and don't cry because it's over. Just be happy that it happened. Goodbye.
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, visit www.revivefm.co.uk or contact our sales team now on 07944 565616. That's 07944 565616. Advertise with Revive FM.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम listeners, welcome. उम्मीद है आप ठीक होंगे इन दिनों में। आज हम बात करेंगे कोविड-19 वैक्सीन के बारे में और क्यों इतना ज़रूरी है कि हमें दोनों डोसेस लेना चाहिए। अभी